Friday is the 70th anniversary of D-Day, when Allied forces invaded Normandy Beach, France to fight Nazi Germany.
Tonight on The Price of Freedom, News Channel 9's Josh Rowe has the story of an East Tennessee man who fought at the end of World War II. Herman Finnell saw things in war that most of us will never see. Josh.
Kim and Calvin, he served from 1944 to 1946, spent 20 of those months overseas fighting through France, Germany, and Austria. In 1944, he was in jump school in Fort Benning, Georgia, when he got word that he wouldn't get a chance to finish that training. He got word that his training was over and he had 2 days off.
I knowed her all my life. We were born within 2 miles of one another, went to school together. I used to save her seat on the school bus.
Herman Finnell went home and married his childhood sweetheart and then left to fight in World War II.
I turned 19 on the boat.
He fought in France for 2 weeks until he lost his vision due to powder burns in his eyes. He recovered, and as he was leaving the hospital, the chaplain gave him some tough news.
I was telling him I'm going back to my outfit, and he says, "No, you don't want to go back now." I said, "Why?" He said, "They're going to push off into Germany."
He joined his unit. On the very next day, they left for Germany. He spent the last 2 months of the war fighting on the front lines.
We never got off the lines. We never had a hot meal all that time. I never had a hot meal. Didn't have no change of clothes.
The Army's 3rd Infantry Division pushed across Germany and into Austria as the war was ending.
You talk about a bunch of rugged guys. We were rugged.
Herman Finnell earned a Bronze Star for fighting in Germany. After the war, Herman came back to East Tennessee. He worked at Oak Ridge for years and is now retired in Harrison. Herman's son Randy has heard his father's stories through the years. Last year, he was with him in Nashville when he received the French Legion Medal of Honor for those 2 weeks he spent in France in combat. It's the highest honor France awards people who are not citizens of that country.
You know, we're so proud of Dad. We just appreciate what he's done and love him so much for not only that, for just being a good dad.
A decorated combat record and a family who couldn't be prouder. A great story that got even more interesting when he mentioned something at the end of our conversation.
One of the best things I guess I remember more than anything was I was the first guy in the Hitler summer home.
Berghof. Adolf Hitler spent more time there than anywhere else during World War II. Now, others have made the claim in the past to be the first people in the home after the war. But Herman says, at the time, President Truman gave he and his ammo men the credit for being the first 2 people into Hitler's summer home.
The RAF had bummed it, and it wasn't nothing left but just junk. But I went in, walked around and everything, boy.
Now, by the time the U.S. troops got there, SS troops had set the home on fire. It was hit by at least 2 bombs. Now, that young girl that Herman married right before he shipped off, well, he's still married to her. In January, Herman, Joe Finnell will celebrate their 70th wedding anniversary. Kim.
Josh, thanks so much. What a great, great story.